For real, I'm starting to forget the point in this shit.
I reject every devilish covenant over your life!
I'm calling to tell you I'm sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you a first generation immigrant that your family came over to this country from somewhere abroad. You're first generation and you're struggling with assimilation and conflict between original culture and new culture, and you're having a divide with your parents. They don't understand why you like the stuff you like and you forgetting the stuff they like. If you've been through this coming over to this country, I'm gonna open up the phone lines because we got a project just for you. Written and directed. His directorial debut, the man goes by the name of Solomon Onita Jr. He's on the line with us right now, and my good friend Heather B. Oh my gosh! Oh my good! Oh man, I can't even say it enough, man. But I know you're familiar with his films, from New Day Air to SWAT to All Eyes on Me. The TV list goes on and on, from Ambitions to All American, the Quad to Black Lightning. Whatever, man. Some of your favorite artists have worked with him when it comes to videos. He's done it all, man. He started from the bottom and made his way to the top. My good friend is an executive producer on this one. Give it up for the iconic, the legendary Benny Boom is on here too, ladies and gentlemen. Boom! Guess who stepped in the room?
What up? What up, family?
How you
doing? Real family. What's up, man? What's up?
Yo, man. Horse told me to tell you what's up early. Horse was like, man, I'm mad I can't even call in. He said, what's good?
Yo, bring Horse on
the
man. Bring him on the mic, HB. Quit holding out. Let Horse get on there.
You know what's so crazy? Benny actually directed the Uchiwali video. Like
that's right.
Gosh.
Yo, so Horse is forever indebted to Benny. He was like, yo, man, because the Bravehearts were a new group trying to get a look. You know what I mean? And that song was a B-side to the Queensbridge 2000, and for Benny to even come along and agree to even do a video like that for a new group was crazy. So, man, Horse is forever indebted to Benny, man. Yeah. He loves him.
I'm indebted to them because that video really, like, I had only done 2 music videos before that. I did the Channel Live Wild Out 2K video, and I did a video for an artist named Kamel from France, from Alliance Ethnique. So that was it. And then Nas hit me about Uchiwali, and I was honored, and then, you know, and I knew those guys because I was an AD for Hype,
right? So
I had been with them over the years, and so Horse was one that probably most excited about me getting my shot. Yeah, because he saw me grinding.
He
saw you on the Spike Lee sets. He saw you doing bodyguard, security guard work,
belly, and all of that. Like he remembered Benny from everything.
Yeah, Benny
from all those days.
And then you went on to do stuff for Nicki, Keisha, Akon, 50. I mean, the list goes on, man. And congratulations. That's, you know, honestly, when we talk about what we're here to talk about today, I got a chance to watch this new film, Tazmanian Devil, and it's what really appealed to me was the fact that before I even watched it, it was the fact that Benny Boom name was attached to it. You know how, you know, and then I realized that Cash Money Films, Birdman, and these guys are involved in Groundwork Studios. Tell me about it, Solomon. First of all, hold up, man.
Right.
Yeah. We can't do this to this young man. Come on, man.
No.
Not when he wrote and directed. Come on.
Yo, we can't do this to this young man. Hey, man, hold up. Welcome Solomon Onita Jr. to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
S.O. What's goody?
Thank you, Sway. I grew up listening to you, so I'm very honored to be on your show.
Oh, man, God bless you, man. I appreciate your words, man. I know you've been doing a lot of work. You know, I know this film is semi-autobiographical. I remember seeing this last year with the American Black Film Festival. I remember seeing this. I didn't sit down and watch it yet, but you've been putting in work, man. So congratulations on this. How did you and Benny Boom get together?
Me and Benny are frat brothers, so it was my producer Trisha Widget. She got my script over to Benny and Benny's company, and they read it, and Benny was able to relate to, you know, the pledging aspects of it and the fraternal nature of the script, And so he just agreed to do it. And, you know, I'm really blessed to have somebody like Benny to kind of shepherd me into this industry and kind of give me the guidance I needed to put this project together.
Had he not had Alpha Phi Alpha really came down on his back, if he didn't help you out, would he get kicked out? Would he get ousted out of the frat?
I don't know.
Why you put Solomon on the spot, Sway? He like, damn, Sway, I just said I listened to you as a kid. What you want?
Then he should know how I get down. So to me, what appealed most about this was two things, because my brother Solomon is a Sigma, and my sister is an AKA. So both of them pledged. And when one person pledges in your family, the whole family pledges. Because of the stuff that, you know, that ensues, you become a part of it. And I found that part fascinating, but I also found the part about the dynamic, and this is semi-autobiographical, right? But the dynamic between first generation immigrants and their parents and what they have to experience. You know, some people trying to hold on to traditions and others just trying to not be, circumcised by them. You know, was that your experience?
Not exactly, but, you know, being first generation, I did see a lot of immigrants, you know, just within the culture that I was in. So I've seen a lot of young immigrants try to assimilate to American culture. And I was always curious about, you know, what's that process like for them? You know, for me, I was born in Houston, so I grew up American, you know, but I did have this immigrant side to me. And so when I went to college and I pledged, I just had the thought in my mind, like, what would it be like if an immigrant first came to this country, was barely here for 2 weeks, and decided to go through this process? And then that's how I put the whole thing together.
I'm going to open up the phone lines for folks who had to go through a pledging process, and then even if you're first generation immigrant. And then what was it about this that appealed to you other than the frat, Benny Boom? Why did you feel this story need to be told?
You know, the thing about it was when I read the script, of course I related to the fraternal aspect of it. But for me, the bigger draw for me was the father-son relationship. And, you know, just as black fathers, you know, we hold a serious responsibility. And I think our generation is doing a lot better than some of the previous generations for a number of reasons, right? Because of economics and jobs and you know, so our accountability is different. So when I read the script and I saw that this young man in the story, Dio, is trying to connect with his father by any means necessary, but then when he does connect to him, he realizes this is not the man that he thought he should be. He goes out and seeks this friendship and companionship and fatherhood with the fraternity. And so I saw his journey as the journey of a lot of young black men, that sometimes in college is not or fraternities is not the outlet. Sometimes it's gangs, sometimes it's drugs, sometimes it's, you know, womanizing or anything like that. And so the story, the heart of the story, we can relate it to sort of anybody. You know, it's not just about pledging and hazing. That's the surface. But underneath, it's about those choices you have to make, you know, as young men and women.
I love it. By the way, Tazmanian Devil is premiering today on digital and on demand, or is it has it premiered, or is it today that it
Yesterday was our premiere day, February 9th. Yeah. Okay. On everything, all platforms. Yup.
So while y'all at home quarantining, this is something else to add to your watch list. Okay, so make sure y'all follow up with that. Absolutely. Tracy G, you want to go on?
Yeah, Solomon. You know, just like Benny was saying, this story can transfer to everyone's life in some way. And it just had me thinking about how wanting to be in the entertainment industry is a form of pledging in itself. And you started off by saying how, you know, through the commonality of your fraternity, you were blessed with being able to be connected to Benny Boom. And someone might be like, damn, that was fast. But I know that's not your story. Can you speak about a bit of your journey before you ever met Benny, the ups and the downs, how it started? Like, what were the low moments that made you say, damn, will I ever get my break?
Yeah, I guess I'm a product of film school because I've been studying film since high school. I got a bachelor's in film and then a master's in film. And to kind of break into this industry, you have to be invited in. So it's always an uphill battle, and I still feel like I'm climbing that battle till today. But to have somebody like Benny usher me in, you know, that's helpful. But then, you know, I still need more support in order to be fully accepted by the film community as somebody who's working and, you know, somebody who is counted on to make films for the culture and for African Americans.
Yep. I want to ask you, Solomon, because, you know, you being a director and a writer and an artist, if you will, there's always that feeling of, you know, you want to get your project greenlit. You want to call an actor and say, yes, I cast you in my film. And my thing is, anytime I get good news like that, I always run and I jump on my bed like a little kid. I get so happy. What did you do when you got that news that your film was a go and it was greenlit? Did you just scream or you jump on your bed? What was the thing that you did?
So the news, Benny called me and said that Birdman was coming on board. That was kind of that moment for me.
Yes.
Because I think at that point we finished production, but we ran out of money. So I wasn't even sure if I was going to finish this film. And so it was probably like maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks after production, I get a text from Benny saying he got Birdman involved. And so that was that moment to where it was like time slowed down, and I was like, wow, you know, like Cash Money is involved in my first film. And, you know, what all that means to me, because same way, like I listened to Cash Money music growing up in Houston. So it was a really big deal for me. But yeah, like I think I was living at home in Houston because I didn't have, you know, I spent all my money on this film, so I was living with my parents, and so I just remember like telling them, it's like, we got money to finish this film. So, you know, it was really joyous for me.
Did you go in the mirror and rub your hands like Birdman? I know you did something, Solomon. What you do, baby? Talk to us.
Keep it a buck, bro.
I know you hit a something.
I know I blasted Cash Money music that whole day.
There you go. There you go.
Cash Money music that whole day.
Well, you actually hear the Cash Money influence when you watch the movie, because I hear some Drake in that movie. I hear some Nicki in that movie, in the score of that movie. Did you think you was going to be able to get, maybe, you know, Drake's a well-known actor. Did you even try for that, Solomon, and see if Drake could do a guest appearance?
Not me personally. Yeah, I don't have those relationships just yet, but you know, Benny was able to work some deals out to get us some music, so I'm grateful for all of that.
Well, this is great. You got the lead actor is someone who's been around before, Abraham Otta, right? And what did he do? The Shy? Did he do The Shy? What was it that he's done?
You talking about the kid or the father?
The father did The Shy, right?
Yes, Natade. Yeah, Natade was on The Shy. He
was the one that killed the kid, and it was trying to make good. Yeah, and then Abraham, who plays Deo, who is that kid? I like him.
He was in Beast of No Nation with Idris Alba, which was it was Netflix's first original feature film that they put out, and I want to say it was like 5 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he did an excellent job too. And then, so Solomon, at the end of the day, it's art, so people are going to have their own interpretation, but what kind of feedback are you getting, and what kind of service do you hope that this project give to the community?
I'm hoping that the message for this story is, you know, a true coming of age story, to where it inspires young people to like make their own decisions and follow their own voice. That was the whole reason why I wanted to make this film. I guess my focus in wanting to tell films and tell stories is to like empower African Americans, because a lot of the times we don't see ourselves as we really are on film and television. So as I continue with my career, I just want to make works that show us in our true light. Not everything has to be a struggle movie or like, you know, racial injustices, all that type of stuff. I just want to show us as we really are and give us different looks of who we can be.
Boom.
And can I ask you guys about some of the costuming that took place in some of the scenes? One scene in particular, when the lead actor Deo finally started pledging and he made it to the stage somewhere. I want to say towards the end of the film, and his father showed up. I don't want to tell the whole film, but his father showed up and was in the crowd while they were on stage doing that line dance and everything. I found the costuming really fascinating. Was it based on tradition, or it just was what it was for the film?
Yeah, all of the dad's costumes is based off Nigerian clothing. I wanted to kind of give him that culture side of him, so he's wearing a lot of traditional Nigerian clothes. For the son, he's more so trying to Americanize himself, so he's trying to move away from being known as a Nigerian, so he's trying to wear some of the modern African-American clothing and stuff like that that's kind of in right now. But the dad is very traditional, so he's wearing, all these African print clothing and stuff like that. And so we were able to some of that from
he's talking about the probate show, Solomon, at the probate show, the wardrobe that he had on at the probate that Dio had.
That or yeah. So yeah, those costumes came from like local vendors in Dallas. For like with fraternities, when you probate, they all have matching clothes. So we found a costume designer in Dallas to help us put all that stuff together.
Hey, Benny Boom, how accurate is that to how Alpha's pledge?
Well, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated does not endorse hazing. We are not a hazing organization. Let me put that on record.
Okay.
So it's the reality is this: whenever you're making a film, you struggle with how to tell a story, right? And so the one thing about filmmakers is you have to be brave. And when I say that, it means that you have to put images on screen that are not all the time that make you cringe a little bit. And one thing, and I remember seeing Precious for the first time, and when I saw what Monique had that outburst, I don't know if you guys remember the movie, and she has the baby with Down syndrome, and she took that baby and threw that baby back and said the line, "Get this, I think, retarded MF away from me." When I saw that, I lost it, because I know that is a brave choice to make, not only from an actor point of view, but from a director point of view, and to keep that in the movie. Like, that's a really hard scene to watch, right? So in every good film, there's those things, and as a director and an artist, you have to make those choices. And I would say that the hazing in the movie is important because it shows his struggle. The hazing really is an external outlet for Dio for what's really going on at home with his father. See, he could take the hazing, but at home it's really hard for him to deal. He can't really deal. He can't say what he needs to say or be the man he wants to be. But in that group and being hazed and stuff like that, it's really a release and an outlet for him because he knows there's a positive outcome from it. So that's really what pledging is about. It's about molding you and shaping you into the form of an alpha man or a sigma or a kappa or a Q or whatever you decide to pledge in that form. And so you go out in the world with that responsibility and with that on your back, So, but again, Alpha Phi Alpha does not endorse hazing.
Absolutely. Let that be known for the record. Mark that. We got Solomon Onita Jr. is here, and that's how you can follow him on social, and Benny Boom. They're both here. We're going to open up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. Perhaps, the fraternity might appeal to you. You might be first generation immigrant, and that part of the story might appeal to you. But there are a lot of different hooks in this movie, Tazmanian Devil, that's on demand now. We're going to play a song called Hey You or Busta Rhymes.
Hey.
Come on. Talk about this song, Benny Boom.
Hey, that's what's up. So last year, maybe over a year ago, right? Sway and I had a conversation at brunch, and I introduced him to, at the time, my son, 12-year-old Mini Boom, and I told him he was doing beats, and he couldn't believe it, and I sent him a few beats. He said, "Oh man, this kid is okay. He might be good one day." So fast forward, we had an opportunity to produce a record on Busta's Extinction Level Event 2, the deluxe version. And the song is called Hey You, and it features Trillion, which is Busta's son. So the song really means a lot to me and Bus. It's his son, it's my son. My son is now 13, about to be 14. And
Wow.
he produced this record, and we have a lot of things coming up. But yeah, man, this is Hey You featuring Trillion, produced by Minnie Boom, my son.
On Sway in the morning. Sway in the morning, Shade 45, produced by Minnie Boom. Come on, man.
Wow. Impressive.
Yes. Solomon Onita Jr. is with us. He's the writer and director of the film Tazmanian Devil. It's available right now on digital and all on-demand platforms. You know, I love the viewpoint of this film, and especially its ties to African culture, because a lot of times it could be ridiculed or satired on film and not taken always seriously. But how important was it to you, Solomon, to tell a story without painting a picture that there's a divide, too, between black Americans and those who are from Africa, even though we're from the same place? Did that even cross your mind?
Yeah, that did. You know, I love showing Africa and Nigeria within a lot of my films. Like, even in my short films, it's a through line that I continue to like emphasize from project to project. So any chance I get to show the culture and to like bridge the gap between Africa and America, or Nigeria and African Americans, that's what I want to do. You know, I'm trying to show my people as who we are, trying to change the stereotypes of what people think Nigeria is or what Africa is, and just show us as people.
Mm-hmm. And I appreciated that about it. And two, I also think, and before you called in, I said if folks want to learn how to get into filmmaking, because there's levels to it. You know, you've done films independently. You've done your Joy Project. You've done this. And then, you know, you get a boost from Cash Money, and so you're able to complete a film. But it's always budgetary issues. And I'm curious, I'm going to get from both of you guys, Benny Boom, too. What advice would you give to folks, because we got some filmmakers online with us right now that don't have the budget to bring their vision through.
Right.
Should they stop and wait until they get it, or do they work around that? Should they adjust? What direct advice could you give them, Solomon, first?
I would say just keep on working. You know, like if you put your effort into the work and, you know, into the writing, into the actual construction of what you're trying to do, then the help will come. But if you're trying to run around, you know, looking for clout, looking for people to support you, if you haven't really done nothing, then there's nothing for somebody to come support. Like before Benny came onto my project, I was already halfway there. I casted Abraham Attar already. I had some of my budget already. And so when Benny saw where I was, it was easy for him to just lend me some support to get me over the finish line. But if I had nothing and Benny had to, like, you know, drag me to get me to someplace, that would have been a harder thing for him, because, you know, a lot of people have careers and they're busy doing their own projects, so they can't leave their stuff to help a new person if it's not too convenient for them. So I would say focus on the work, focus on try to get it to a place to where somebody can look at it and lend their help.
That made it easier for you, Benny, because a lot of times people walk up and they got great ideas that they want to tell you. They might even have it written out, but they don't have nothing tangible.
Right.
What works
I think
for you?
The work ethic part of it was great. I mean, right now there really is no excuse as a filmmaker to not just shoot. I mean, because the idea is an idea, right? And people can see good filmmaking in any form. So, for example, these new iPhones have incredible cameras. So if you have an idea and some actors and you want to just go out and shoot a short or 15-minute, there's no reason that you're not able to do it. And the situation with Solomon was that by the time we got around to actually, I was in the position to be able to help him, man, he had already casted and had, you know, locations and was about to shoot. And I'm like, hey, I can't miss this, because here he is, a filmmaker who reached out to me, but he wasn't waiting for me, right? So I think that was the important part that really got me excited. Is like, here's a guy that's really taking his own career in his own hands. Yes, he's asking for my assistance, but he's not waiting for or needing my assistance. So that actually, charged me up more and inspired me actually to really want to help him, because I saw that, okay, he's going to get it done regardless. Now that's somebody I want to work with,
I love it. We got people online, man. We got Ariel, who's been waiting very patiently. Grand Risings, Ariel. She's from Raleigh, North Carolina. Grand Risings.
Ariel.
Good morning.
Hey.
How's it going?
Doing well. You got Solomon Onita Jr. Solomon, I'm saying your last name correctly?
Yeah, that's right. Onita.
Okay. And the legendary Benny Boom, all for free, Ariel. So make it a good question.
I definitely will do that. I've been sitting here thinking about what I was going to say. So, I'm not first generation immigrant or anything like that, but I am the first person in my family to basically be in the film industry. My mom is an entrepreneur and has been for over 30 years. So, she is basically my role model for everything I do. And now, both my sisters, we all have, our own businesses. But, me being in the film industry, I've made my connections. I'm constantly working and putting out content. But my thing is, like, living on the East Coast is kind of hard to find jobs that are not in LA or, in New York or something like that, in Atlanta, and not being able to travel, like I want to, just because of, lack of funds or whatever it may be. What are some, things that you can give me to basically represent myself as a solo entity? I'm a costume designer, stylist. Like I said, I work in film. I work for a small Black-owned entertainment company here called Easy Day Entertainment, and I've done short films, commercials, music videos, photo shoots. I like what you were saying about Solomon not waiting to, for the assistance of you, Benny. But I'm not waiting for that assistance either. But it's kind of hard to find that motivation to keep going when it's like everything is passing you up. You only got like little roles and stuff like that. So, I reach out to people, I email people, send them my work and stuff like that. And I guess basically what I'm asking, like, I need a job. Like, I need to know how I can get that job, land that job to put me in a position to do more roles and for more people to see me. I'm not with a union or anything like that. I'm a solo entity, just doing it by myself. So, what is something that you can tell me to just basically keep me going and get me to that point where I just need to be?
Well, I would say this, since you're in Raleigh, you're about an hour and a half away from Atlanta. I mean, that place, Atlanta, is the hub of film and television right now. So, again, what I was saying earlier, there's no excuses for not being able to do anything. Not COVID, because COVID is around, but we're still filming. People are still working. Tyler Perry shooting, all these things. And what has to happen is, now you may have to position yourself in a place where you have to start over or start from a lower position, and that's okay because it gets you in. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for example, when we were talking before you came on about how I started directing music videos. Well, I was an assistant director for Hype Williams and Little X and Paul Hunter and all those guys, Dave Myers and all those guys. I started low. Prior to that, I was an intern for Spike Lee. I left college with barely any money, moved from Philadelphia to New York, slept on my frat brother's couch, worked as a PA and an intern on different movies and stuff like that. You just have to take a chance. And if it's a real dream of yours and it's a real goal, you just got to go do it. And like I said, you're an hour and a half away. So you go to Atlanta for a couple of weeks and try to PA on some of these movies. They got big Marvel movies. They got Tyler Perry. They got TV. And then if you need to go home, you drive home. So I think you're in a really good position based on where you are, but you got to take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you. And then when you get those jobs, you let the people around you know, hey, this is my portfolio. This is what I really do, but I'm here to learn and I'm here to get an opportunity. That's my advice.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I have made contacts that I know the costume designer at Tyler Perry. Like, the costume designer that's doing Judas and the Messiah. You know, I met with her and stuff like that. So, you know, I have been making the connects and I PA and, you know, all of that stuff like that. But, you know, I appreciate that, what you were telling me, and I'm taking it to heart. And definitely,
there you go, Ariel. And then
Go
when you get on
hard.
that stern, go head
Go
first.
hard is what he's saying.
Don't worry
He's saying go hard.
It don't matter if it's water in the pool or not. Just go ahead and take the dive. Okay? You believe it's water in that pool, you'll find water in that pool. All right, Ariel? And don't forget us when you blow up and you get an award. Shout out Solomon. Shout out Benny Boone. Shout out Sway, Heather B, and Tracy G. Damn it, you're a citizen.
Okay. Come on, ding, ding, ding.
Real quick, we'll take 2 quick ones. Sip from Cali, Grand Risings.
What up? How you doing?
What's up, Blue Fi?
You say, what's up, Sway? What's up, Heather B? Heather
What's
B
up, fam?
and the Real World, you funny for that. What's up, Tracy G?
Took me back, Benny.
The Real World, that's why. So that's comedy
Okay,
for me.
thank you.
The question I had for Solomon, I'm literally here at work, and then when I heard you say probate, I was like, oh, okay, he's a throwback. I'm about to call in and see what he's talking about. So I was interested to see, like, you know, when you're online, you have you're fortunate enough to have line brothers and things like that. Each of you guys are individually talented and whatever. I wanted to know, since you're in the film industry, did you find yourself like being creative with your LBs to do like skits, and did you play a role in kind of not organizing, but did you play a role in emphasizing your probate show or making it, you know, that much since you're, you know, in the field you're in right now?
Yeah, when I was back in college, I pledged 10 years ago, 2010. So when I was in college, me and my chapter, we made music videos to like support different events on campus, and we did different skits. Like it was at the start of like Instagram and Facebook and all that type of stuff, and we would put these videos out on those platforms and get people to come to like these community type events. So we did a lot of that in college, and that's kind of how I used my talents to help the org and to help the campus.
Yeah, my thing was a lot different. I pledged by myself, and so I didn't have any LBs, and I pledged in spring '91. So all this was way before any of, you know, people weren't even making movies. You couldn't even really think of that as a career to make movies. But the funny thing is, the first project I did, the semester I pledged, I shot a documentary about the making of our step show, because I didn't have a probate show either. So my probate show was our spring festival show. It was sort of my coming out, and made a documentary about it with the help of my my bros and stuff like that. But I actually Groundwork Studios is a company that I formed with a chapter brother who I pledged later on. He pledged in '92, and Gerald Rawls, and he's my partner in Groundwork Studios, which produced the film. So I kind of utilize that way. But in the beginning, it was just me trying to figure out, you know, how to make it.
Okay. Hey, Sip, thanks for your question, man. You're a citizen, brother. You're a citizen, all right?
In the morning.
You know, that's how we pledge. You got to come up with great questions in order to cross. Austin, you want to say something real quick?
Austin.
Yo, what up, Sway? What up, Heather B? Good morning from New York.
Yo.
Benny, what's going on? I actually had the chance to hear you kind of dissect and talk about some of your music videos a couple months back during the music video night in Brooklyn. So, you know, you guys are on the radio right now. I'm on my way just moving around Long Island, and I just figured I'd come up here, spread some positivity. You know, I think the biggest thing with legends like yourself is we don't give enough people their roses while they're still here. So I just wanted to come up, say nothing but love and respect for you. Your art and your eye really does help push my creativity forward. I work with a bunch of artists like Lil Mosey and Made in Tokyo and artists like that. And being able to see your work and, you know, have you dive into them and really talk to them really just helps, you know, creatives like myself just keep pushing forward and keep staying fresh with ideas. So like I said, I just want to give you your roses while you're still here with us. I appreciate you. An absolute legend. And, just good vibes all around for everybody.
That's what's up.
Thank you, man. I truly appreciate that, man. You know, it's funny because when I'm working and just being creative, you never know what the outcome is going to be or how you're affecting people's lives. You're just trying to give something artistic or creative into the universe, you know, and it's really, you just don't know how people are going to perceive things. Not everybody likes what you do, and you have to take that as well, you know. So I truly appreciate that you know, what I'm able to do and what you're able to see in the work, man. Truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Tk you. I'm humbled.
Hey, Austin.
Yeah, of course. And thank you, Sway, for bringing me
absolutely.
up here. You bring me up every now and then, and I really appreciate it. You're a real one, and I can't wait to come by the office one day when one of the artists I'm working with is doing an interview.
Oh, absolutely, brother. Lil Mosey and Smoke Perp sent me a song the other day too. I don't know if you had anything to do with it, but
yeah, I work with their label. I work with their manager. So yeah, I'm working on their albums right now, gearing up a bunch of awesome marketing initiatives. But yeah, we'll talk about that more.
Tell them I want to bring them up when it's ready. Okay. All right.
All right. Yeah, I'll let them know. I'll text them.
All right. You're a citizen, family. You're a citizen.
That's
okay.
I'm on in. Ding, ding, ding.
Hey, man. Listen, this is great. Solomon, I'm really proud of you. Keep working. I already see the future.
Oh, thank you.
I already see the academy. I already see the academy seeing you.
Same
here.
Yeah. I already see that. Okay. I just only ask, you know, every now and then shout us out, you know. All right. Tell them how they can reach you, Solomon. If folks want to get more insight on what you're doing, CJ from Chicago had a question. King Popoff from Queens. Tell them how they can reach you.
I'm on all the social medias. It's just my name, Solomon Onita Jr. If you type that in, you'll find me.
Okay, Onita Jr. Benny, let them know how they can reach you, family.
Yup, I'm on Instagram, Benny Boom at Instagram, and on Twitter is Super Boom.
Super Boom. I like that. Gentlemen, thank you. Congratulations. Let us know what's next, all right? Benny, we'll chop it up, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much. Heather B, raise up off a spider. She know what that is. Raise up off a spider.
That's classic, man. Hey.